What's up, Lunatic Fringe? Been a few days, and we've got some really big news to report on. And it's not great, but maybe it gives us a little bit of clarity going forward in the market about who we can trust. To this point, you can trust Binance. Binance is the single biggest burner of Luna Classic tokens in all of existence, and they're not doing it by charging you a tax. There's a fee that they charge for trading, very nominal fee, and they're burning that very nominal fee every single month, but they're not taking your tokens from you, which is important. There's a proposal up that's not going to pass because they want to raise the taxes. And listen, sometimes messaging is very important, and you're going to have a bunch of donkeys out here who are going to tell you, well, you just read the text and it's going to make everything more valuable. No, it's not. It doesn't work that way. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of data here. And by the way, if you have your tokens on crypto.com, you're going to need to get them off because crypto.com's made an announcement that they will no longer support Luna Classic. Now, the reasoning as to why has not really been seen, and the impact on it, is it going to be tremendous or not? Well, it actually is a pretty big it's actually a pretty big vendor for Luna Classic. So let's break that down before we get into price action. So I received, and many received, this: dear valued customer, please be informed that Terra Classic will be delisted from the crypto.com app on February 15 in your jurisdiction. As a result, trading and deposits of Lunc will be suspended. Okay. Now, I want to point out here, not everybody got this. It is about the jurisdiction. So I believe, just for clarity, and I don't have any real clarity yet, but I think for clarity's sake, I think it can be argued that this is the United States and that they're delisting they're delisting Terra Luna Classic in the United States for now, because in 3 months, 2 months now, there's going to be a trial between Terraform Labs and Do Kwon, and Crypto.com probably doesn't want to be in the middle of it, taking an L in any way, just in case there's some kind of true consensus of a problem that came from Do Kwon, and thus creating a problem for Luna Classic. So I'm going to venture to say that that's what it is. I'm not really concerned about it. I don't think that that really has any bearing, but it did have a bearing on the price. Obviously, when you have something like this happen, then it's going to have a bearing on the price. So a little bit of a dip, not much in USTC, but the place that you saw the biggest dip, you saw down about 7%, was in Terra Luna Classic. Now, the question would be, how big is this? Like, what kind of range is this? Well, the volume in the 24-hour for Binance, 23 million, and then for Binance Turkey, 3 million. But when you click volume here and you kind of sort everything by volume, Crypto.com is the second biggest exchange by volume. Now, it's going to be absorbed by other exchanges, and I would posit that I'm moving all of mine to MEXC. Only 589,000 in trading volume, but I trust MEXC with my tokens, and they are partnered for my channel. So that's the one that I'm going to go with. However, you do what's right for you. You've got options. You can move it to Binance. You can move it to Bitcoin Turkey, OrangeX, Binance, Bitforex, KuCoin, BitCub, OKX, BitVavo, Bitunix, DeepCoin, Kraken, BingX, BidFi, Gate.io, Bybit, BTSE. Guys, Luna Classic, having this done does nothing. What you would like to see is a little bit of trade volume. You like to see a little bit of activity and action, and that's it. That's all you need. So one of the bigger exchanges said, this is a risk that we're no longer willing to take because of the current regulatory climate and environment and the impending legal action that's happening, and that's okay. The question after that would be, will they relist it? That's all you have to worry about. So for right now, if you want to move it, move it. Again, you've already paired it with USDT or USD, so you can look at this. Make sure that when you do the pairing, that you're doing it with USD, and you're moving it over. So, and that'll pair, by the way, with something like USDT when you send it over, if you prefer, because you don't understand how to do those transfers. And maybe we'll do a video on that later. But Kraken is Luna to USD, so you can trade it to Kraken very easily. It'll just basically just send it by wallet, so you're fine there. But when you do a transfer, you can choose how it gets transferred, and then it gets paired with something that's compliant, so it shows up in your wallet immediately. So that's why I recommend USDT, because it's ERC-20 compliant, and it's just for ease. But Station has restore validator list to 130. I don't know if this is going to pass or not. This ends on 121. There's 2 days left for it. Very interested in. I mean, you see a lot of no right here. That's very interesting that you're seeing that. And then I think you should go look at, like, who's saying no? Who's saying no to the validators? That's a little bit weird, right? I mean, we would think that. Now, why would people not want to do that? I don't know that there's a real reason for that. No, a little crazy. But I think it's a testament of the validators' power to consolidate, and that's what they're doing, consolidating their power. And you, me, us, we're going to be kind of left out on this. The validators are taking over, if you will, and I don't think that that's a good thing. I think it's a very bad thing. These guys, they control everything, and this, by the way, this move from 100 to from 130 to 100, that's consolidating power. The end. And you can call it whatever you want. That's consolidating power. And what you did was you just gave all of these people more power. Is it for the good? Yeah, when it's good. Is it for the bad when it's bad? Yep, also. So anyway, finally, we're gonna do Lunc prices. You can see here, let us break down right here. Again, I was telling you guys that the logical move here was a trend to this upside and a retest of 1550. And I still think that the market might not bear it at exactly this moment, because we are dipping in the overall market. Probably lost $100 billion in the last little while, maybe even 150 at this point, as Bitcoin retraced from 49,000 all the way down to 41,300. I mean, guys, we're still over 40,000 in Bitcoin, so it can't be understated here how important it is that a mere month ago we were looking at wondering whether we could hit 40, 45, et cetera, and just kind of maintain at that level. And here we are. So I think we're in a good position, not a great position, not an optimal position. It looks like we're in altcoin season, or at least we should be seeing an altcoin, just a radical sort of altcoin pump with the money that came out of here. But I think that we're misjudging the market just a little bit. It's going to be a little muted. It won't be that great, but it will be good. So I feel like this overall market, we're going to see, we may have found a little bottom here and a reversal. Now, I would be watching this chart if you're trying to enter into a position. I would watch this chart a little bit before making an entry. And the reason I would do that is because we've had a little consolidation down here, a little over here, and that matches up with where we are right now. We zoom out here a little bit, and we're kind of caught at the bottom of this little range here. Well, when you're caught in the bottom of this range, the end result of that is you could see a drop all the way down into this range, and this is that dropping the zero range. We could be in for some pain. The impetus, the start of that big wave over here, generally, you try to get up in a higher position, but we didn't. So it could be that we're coming down into this range because people are a little frustrated with crypto.com. But when we get big volume, it doesn't come from crypto.com. The changes in the volume, the bigger, and it won't going forward, but the changes in the volume tend to come from Binance. So I want to posit that I don't think that we're not in bad shape. I don't think, I think we should at least consider that, the biggest problem is just move your tokens off of crypto.com. Look at them in the rear view mirror, sell your crow, send in, if you don't like this, send in that you're not happy, that you're not pleased. Because when time comes around and there's clarity from Terraform Labs in the United States, and we go through the process here, when we get clarity on it, then probably realistic. It'd be a nice pump because of that. So at this point, all we have to do is kind of hold the line and just sort of wait it out. And by the way, remember I told you that there was going to be some radical prediction. It just so happens that radical prediction is going to play itself out at the same time that the Terraform Labs trial is taking place. So is there anything to that? Was ChatGPT right? I don't know. but it's going to be interesting to see how it plays. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. I look, move your tokens to wherever. If you're comfortable, go to Kraken. If you want to sign up down in the description down below for MEXC and transfer them to MEXC and trade where I trade. And I certainly would appreciate that because it helps me out tremendously to see huge trade volume from Terra Luna Classic. So this is an opportune time for me to tell you I appreciate your support. So sign up at MEXC down below and move your tokens over there if you want to. And this is not financial advice. My name's Bleaves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And crypto.com, that one's for you, buddy.